up, world? My name is Oz. I'm here in the windy city of Chicago. It is quite windy today, true to the name. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I do have a decent amount of time, maybe like 30, 40 minutes, not that long. But I figured, I haven't been out in a few days. I had actually lost a little piece of my microphone, like the receiver part, so I had to order a new microphone. So that's kind of the reason why I haven't been out doing these for the last few days. But I'm back. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. And yeah, hopefully, you guys can hear me just fine. And yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and get started asking people some questions. It's a pretty nice day. It's a little bit chilly, so I've got a hoodie on. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay, like I said. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into position here. I was a little late getting started because, all summer long I've been really wanting to eat these little fruit cups that people sell on the street, and I got one today finally. It was like kind of almost like the beautiful capstone of my summer, like this delicious mango and watermelon cup. And I had some tahine, like chili, salt, lime and chili powder stuff on it. It was really, really delicious. So kind of just made my summer. I was feeling kind of bummed that I, went this whole summer without getting to enjoy one of those watermelon cups. I never had cash on me. Like, I don't really carry cash, and I didn't think that I'd be able to buy one. But I finally just went up to them and I was like, do you accept something like more digital? And the guy's like, oh, Zelle. So I was like, all right, awesome. So I feel amazing. I had just like a cup full of watermelon and mango, and it was amazing. Brett Barnes says, loud and clear. Thanks, Brett. And I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm holding this sign. It says, come participate in a social experiment. We'll see. We'll see if anyone stops. It's a little windy today, so hopefully the tripod doesn't get blown down. I'm going to lower it just a little bit just to give it a little lower center of gravity here. Thank you all for being here in the chat. If you're a fellow vegan, I'd love to know why you're vegan. I have people ask me a lot, why vegan? And, it's something that I like to hear other people talk about too, because, we all have these convictions. And it's nice to hear what other people's convictions have led them to believe. I've been catching my TikTok and Instagram up with YouTube. So I've been posting more shorts on those, and it's just they've been getting kind of inundated with like anti-vegan comments, and honestly, I'm kind of like I'm just letting other people deal with it because it's just I can't spend time kind of rolling in the mud with all these people making all these comments. But hey, if you like arguing with non-vegans, check out my TikTok or my Instagram. It's Haas Vegan. And BTW, I have a project in the works where I'm going to be doing like a surrounded style. I announced this before, but basically like a surrounded style show, basically. Like in a room that I'm going to rent out, and I'm going to have chairs and non-vegans talking to me. So subscribe, and hopefully that'll be coming in a couple months. I'm slowly working out the details with that, but yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me fine. There is some violin in the background, but hopefully the frequency range is different enough from my voice that it's not going to compete. Some pretty intense violin, I have to say. I can show you guys this just for a moment here. This lady is rocking out on the violin here. So that's what you're probably hearing in the background. Steve says, what does vegan mean? Veganism is basically a principle. It's like it's an ethical position where we seek not to exploit animals. Would you like to participate? Sorry?
Yeah.
All right, great. Are you over 18?
Yeah.
All right, great. Come on in the frame. So I'm going to give you this. If you could just hold this. There's a little hair on it. Okay, there you go. That way we can both, because I got one here. So feel free to just hold that kind of close to your face. What's your name?
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Cool. My name is Haas. And do you mind being live on YouTube, by the way? All right, cool. So my question is, I'm not asking for anything other than just an open mind. So what I'm asking is, why do dogs make milk?
Why do dogs make milk?
Dogs, yeah.
To feed their babies?
Yeah. And then let's say like dolphin milk is for baby dolphins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Human milk is for
Baby humans.
Yeah,
right? Baby humans.
All right. Now here's the really difficult one. It shouldn't be difficult, but cow milk is for
Humans.
Is it?
Yeah. Cow milk is for their babies and humans, right?
Well, so every other species makes milk for their babies, right?
Okay.
Do you think cows make it for humans?
They don't. No.
Yeah.
So they make it for their babies, but as humans, we consume it for our diet, our daily diet. Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like stealing milk from cows?
Yeah. Putting it that way, then yeah. But then again, maybe it was meant for us to consume it. You know, who knows?
Meant how so?
I mean, everything was
Manifest destiny or something, like it's part of some divine plan.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I don't know. Maybe I believe in God. Maybe God put that species for it to nurture into our diets. Maybe, or who knows? I think that way.
Do you think that if somebody were eating dogs and they said that like eating dogs is part of their divinely ordained destiny, that would be something that you would be like, all right, that's chill?
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
What about you? What are your thoughts on it?
So I think that every mom makes milk for their young, for their offspring. Just like dog milk is for baby dogs, goat milk is for baby goats. It just happens to be the case that we've selectively bred these animals to produce a lot more milk also than they
should
otherwise would.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with like the selective breeding, what that means?
Yeah.
So like, just like we've since we've created these like monstrosities of animals, they're basically like their udders are ripping out when they're just adults basically. So people talk a lot about how like their udders will explode or they'll be in pain if they're not milked.
Yeah.
Of course, that's something that humans did. Going forward, do you think that you'll think differently about drinking cow's milk, or do you think that you'll continue to drink it?
I mean, right now, you kind of like put in a perspective where it's kind of like, iffy about it. But, I mean, I guess I'll keep on doing it. Yeah.
Do you know how cows are impregnated? Like, do you think that they get pregnant on their own, or do you think that a farmer chooses?
The farmer does it, yeah.
Do you know how he does it?
Yeah, it's very, like nasty how they do it, yeah.
So you're familiar with the process of like first?
I'm pretty sure. I think if you want to explain it, you can go
Well,
ahead.
yeah. So I mean, I'll explain it. So I mean, first they need they need semen, right, to get the cow pregnant. So they have to collect that from a bull. So what they do is,
Oh, there it goes.
All right, I knew that was gonna happen. All right, we're good. Let me actually lean this up against here because it's a little windy today. Yeah. All right.
How many viewers do you have?
So we got 43 people watching.
43 people.
All right. So they basically have to collect the semen from a bull. So it's usually done. There's like 3 different ways. Basically, one way is that they'll have like a fake cow.
Yeah.
And they'll have the bull mount it, and then they'll collect it in like a little container, basically. In other ways, probably the most common way is that they'll use what's called an electroejaculator. They'll put something in the male's butt and make him ejaculate that way. Or they'll a farmer, the really old-fashioned ways, they'll just do it by hand, basically. We don't need to go further into that. So. What do you think about that? Just to drink something that we don't even need, like, doing that, it's bestiality, right?
Yeah. What do you mean by that we don't need?
Well, because we don't have any nutritional need for it.
Like calcium. How other ways can we
Oh,
get calcium?
actually, calcium is interesting because the countries with the highest rates of osteoporosis are actually the countries with the highest amount of milk consumption. So there's actually a strong correlation between cow milk consumption and bone loss.
Yeah.
The plant kingdom is full of sources of calcium. I mean, it's just a simple, talk to ChatGPT or Google it. But like leafy greens are a really good source. I think sesame seeds, a whole bunch of different things. Tofu is a really good source of calcium. So it's just marketing basically. I mean, there's marketing on both sides, on the animal based and the plant based. I mean, for example, they'll tell you that oranges are a really good source of vitamin C. They're not even that good. I mean, they're a fine source of vitamin C, but things like strawberries, broccoli are going to have a lot more vitamin C, for example. So I guess I think your girlfriend walked away somewhere. So I don't want to keep you too long here.
I think she's. I don't even know what's that.
Yeah, but then anyway, okay. So Gilbert, so basically, I'll just kind of conclude this part with like they get the cow pregnant by force also. So farmer gloves up to his shoulder. They have the cows on like major operations. They have them on something called the rape rack. They're all in a circle facing the middle. And then basically like stuff just goes in their butts, holds their cervix. So this is like what we're doing to the bull, what we're doing to the heifer is just is gross, right? Like if you see a video of it, you're like, that's some disgusting shit.
Yeah.
And then you think about why it's being done. It's so that she can have a baby. And then humans can steal that baby away from that mother after she carries that baby for 9 months.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's an injustice?
Yeah, for animals, yeah. Yeah, if we put ourselves as like their perspective, like a human,
Key word there.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah.
So, would you be willing to watch a documentary if I recommend one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'd recommend watching Earthlings.
Earthlings?
Just YouTube search it,
Okay.
Earthlings documentary. It shows you it's narrated by Joaquin Phoenix, shows you kind of start to finish a lot of different ways that humans exploit animals, and just see if you're okay to pay for it.
Yeah, I'll be down.
And just before I let you go, before you watch that documentary, how many more cows should have this stuff done to them, and how many more bulls should have that stuff done to them before you watch it?
Before I watch it.
Can you commit to 0?
Yeah, I feel like to 0. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, and I'll take that back from you. Thanks so much. All right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, take care. You too. Take care. All right, Gilbert was a very good conversationalist here. I think that was a good conversation. He seemed very honest and forthcoming, and I'd love to see that. Sorry about the little mishap here. I'm just going to move this just a little further back again. It is a little bit windy out today. Thank you all for being here. I mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. I'm going to be doing like a Jubilee style surrounded video that's coming out in like a couple months. So I'm going to be like in a room with all these chairs surrounding me. It's going to be like a good production. So subscribe and you'll be able to see that hopefully within a couple months, fingers crossed. I'm working on getting the space secured right now. Diablos says, what city are you in? I'm in Chicago. It is the Windy City, and it is very windy. I wish I could show you guys, like, I don't know, I don't have anything that I can show you guys blowing in the wind. I don't have long hair or anything, but it is quite windy. My hands are getting kind of cold, actually, but it's all right. I'll keep going here. I actually just took a cold shower before coming here, so it kind of primed me a little bit for this. I'm gonna try to have like maybe 2 or 3 more conversations, but if you're just getting here, hit that like button, give me a double tap on your screen here. I see 54 people watching and only 8 likes. Come on now. Give me a little double tap right here. And again, subscribe and you can see all my little future projects. I have a lot of stuff in the works. So, and I do this probably 2 or 3 times a week. I was a little bit MIA because I lost the receiver for my mic, but I'm back. I got another microphone and just out here trying to basically convert people into vegans and take people's meat away. That's my shtick right here. If you're not vegan, I'd love to know what animal you like to eat. So maybe if your favorite food from animals is bacon, maybe just say pigs. It's important to write, the name of the victim. It's important to recognize that. And if you are vegan, I'd love to know how many years you've been vegan for. Phantom says, why don't you answer the question? I don't know if you're asking me. I had not seen a question from you. Just bear in mind, like, I'm out in the street. There's like 1,000 people walking by me per hour. I'm holding the sign. I'm trying to get people's attention, trying to keep this interesting for people. It's not all about you. So don't take it, don't be offended if I don't see your question. Is it wrong to kill living things? No, not necessarily. That's very context dependent. And living things is a very broad category. It includes plants, for example, which I don't think that it's wrong to kill. So, pending further context, I would say no. So, of course, if we're talking about the context of like self-defense, that could be justified. But if we're talking about just an animal who's just vibing, an animal, non-human animal, human animal, any kind of animal, if they're just enjoying their lives, they just want to be safe, happy, and free, just like anybody else. If you do take their life, yeah, that is absolutely immoral. So we'll see if we get more. Stop time. Do subscribe. I have these social experiments happening a few times a week usually, and I also plan on doing like a surrounded style thing, like I mentioned earlier, where I'll be in a chair in like a makeshift studio, so to speak. And I'm sure you guys have seen that kind of thing before. It's going to be basically one vegan with 20 non-vegans or possibly even anti-vegans. I'm just in the early stages of that, but it'll be with a couple months. So do look out for that. And the best way to be able to look out for that is to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you haven't liked the stream yet, give it a double tap on your phone. If you're on another device, maybe scroll up, scroll to the side, tap the thumbs up button. That helps get the stream out to more people. JS says, LOL, I was told veganism wasn't a diet. Get on the same page. It is not a diet. That is absolutely correct. It's an ethical position. It's not a lifestyle either. It is an ethical position that humankind ought to live without exploiting other animals. If you're not familiar with Leslie Cross, you can check out a definition that he put forth, but it's more or less that, right? We ought to live without exploitation of other beings, other animals. You guys hear this violin in the background? It's nice. Alicia says, Haas, you are such a lovely soul. Thank you, Alicia. That's very kind of you to say. I love you too says, veganism can be considered a diet. Actually, no, veganism is not a diet. You can say maybe a vegan diet could be considered terms. Veganism is like feminism. Whatever feminism is to women, veganism is to non-human animals. It's like, you wouldn't say that this is a feminist burger or something like that, right? You can kind of say that for vegan burgers, but the more correct terminology would just be plant-based. Like, this is a plant-based burger, for example. Kiwi Fruit says, what do you think about the ethics of consuming animal products like milk and eggs, etc.? So those things come from exploited animals. So animals have to be exploited to get that. I don't need to go into all the gory details. It's exploitation. Dollars to donuts, up and down, any way you cut it, there's exploitation that has to be involved to procure, and that's the gentlest word I can think of without hurting anyone's feelings, those products. For example, on my walk here, I had some mango and some watermelon, and it was so delicious. And I've been really wanting to eat that like all summer long, because I've seen street vendors selling it, but I never had cash on me, and I still don't. But apparently, at least some of them accept digital payment, and I was very, very happy to be able to do that. So that's why I started a little bit late. And I do have to get going kind of soon because I got a puppy at home who needs to use the restroom in short order. But hopefully, I can just do at least maybe one more conversation here before I get going. So I'm going to try to shoot for like maybe 30 minutes of a stream altogether. Carrie says, be vegan because innocent animals deserve their own lives. Yes, absolutely. If you think about the concept of stealing from animals, I mean, somebody might even say you can't steal from an animal because they can't own things. But we know that their lives are their own, right? Their lives are their own. And we take their lives from them, right? They don't give their lives. They actually fight for their last breath in slaughterhouses. They're choking on their own blood. thrashing around. It's absolutely gnarly. Somebody whose name is the R slur that I'm not going to say out loud says, "Are you Jewish?" No, I'm not Jewish. I don't subscribe to any religion, any organized religion. If I had to describe my religious views, the closest thing would be like pantheist. Like I would say I'm agnostic. I would say I'm an agnostic pantheist. So that's about the closest that I get to the religion topic. Stephen Hill says animals still eat each other. Yes, they do, but we don't have to use them as role models, right? We can be better than them. Morally speaking, we can choose to leave other animals alone. We can eat lower on the food chain. It's actually better for social harmony. It's a kinder way to live. It's a more compassionate way to live. And if you think about actually like what true protectors do, right? Defenders, what we do is we protect the vulnerable from harm. So I'm just a person who's aware that animals are being mutilated, tortured, and abused on farms all around the world and in slaughterhouses. And I'm a person who has an issue with vulnerable, innocent, defenseless beings having this happening to them. So that's why I'm out here, right? I'm being a guardian here. To quote Vegan Sign Guy or Above the Horizon, it says, "Not being vegan is not being nice." And sometimes at the end of the day, maybe it's really just that simple. Yes, it is a beautiful, beautiful city. It's going to get cold within a couple months, so it's really important to enjoy it while we can here. We got a violin performer there. Hopefully you can hear. We got somebody's doing like street art, like caricature type things behind me. I'm trying to wrangle people in for a social experiment. Anas Munir says, "We are carnivore. There's a reason lions don't eat grass and cows don't eat meat." We are not carnivores. We are biologically omnivores. We are omnivorous, meaning we can eat plants or animals. The thing is that the can means that we can eat either. So we have no biological need to eat animals. And when we eat them, we're basically exploiting a sentient being who values their life just like us. So if we have the choice, I think we should choose the kind and just choice. If we wouldn't want that done to us, we can't really justify doing it to someone else. Hello, my name is James. Thank you. I'm a soy boy. Yeah, I'm a proud soy boy. Thank you for the compliment. Storage spaces omnivores means you need meat. No, you don't. Omnivore means that you can. For example, there are dogs who are healthy on plant-based diets. There are actually even cats who are healthy on plant-based diets. And they're supposedly obligate carnivores, but there are tons of examples of cats who are, even based on studies, healthy on plant-based diets. They're living proof, and all the millions of vegans around the world are living proof that you can be happy and healthy without torturing, exploiting, abusing, and murdering our fellow animals. You may not have looked into this. I ignored it for a long time. It wasn't until I saw the footage that I realized that this was totally fucked, and that participating in this totally made me kind of going way against my values. And I didn't want to be somebody that promoted violence with my actions, right? Every time you hand over money, you're telling somebody, please do more of that and give it to me because I'm willing to pay for it. So, I can't unfortunately evolve. I can't morally evolve for intelligence, but I can just try to get you to think. That's all I can do. So maybe just think about, when you actually cared for animals when you were young. When was your innocence taken away from you? When did the world shove cruelty down your throat? When were you taught to disregard the feelings of some animals? When were you taught that, shooting Bambi's mom was okay? When did your heart harden toward other animals? When did you ingest your first piece of flesh and think, I guess this is what people do, and I guess I'm just going to go along with the herd. When did you get domesticated? When did you become a herd animal and think that this was okay to do? When do you stop thinking for yourself? These are the questions that I can ask you. This is all I can do to just make people think. Try to help people think. Want to participate? 5 minutes. Awesome. So you guys are my last people of the day. So I'm live on YouTube. Are you okay? Are you guys okay to be live on YouTube? All right. You mind coming back here just so we can all be in the frame? So I'll give this to you guys. You guys can just kind of hold it in the middle here. So I got a mic here as well. What are your guys' names?
Emil.
Emil, cool.
And Habe.
Habe, cool.
Yeah.
My name is Haz, and I guess I'm wondering what you guys know about the dairy industry.
Typically nothing, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we know.
So, are you guys both over 18, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because it's definitely it's a touchy subject. So, do you know how cows get pregnant?
We are not from the US and the region. So yeah, we don't know.
No, we don't. I don't think we know.
What country are you guys from?
We're from Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Okay, cool. So, you know how humans get pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of the same thing for cows. Do you think that cows get pregnant on their own, or do you think that a farmer chooses when they get pregnant?
I think the farmer, both they can be both. Yeah. But mainly here, I think the farmers.
Farmers choose, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know how they get cows pregnant?
Maybe by
IVF.
injection of the sperm.
Well, it's not really an injection, right? I mean, in the sense that there's not like a needle going into them.
Yeah, not a needle, but like.
So they need sperm first, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they get that from a bull. So they do it. There's like 3 different ways. One is they have like a fake cow that they make the male basically like.
So they can extract the
yeah,
sperm.
so it's
Yeah. Or they have what's called an electro-ejaculator. They put it in the butt of the male, and they make him ejaculate that way. Or they just do it by hand, the old-fashioned way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up, right? It's
Yeah.
messed up to do this to animals. And then with the cow, then they inject it, but basically they have a glove that goes up to their shoulder.
Yeah.
They put the fist in the butt of the cow, and they hold the stuff like the cervix, and they inject they put it in that way. Yeah. Do you think that that's messed up to do this to animals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're doing it for money, right?
Yeah,
It's not the natural way of
Yeah,
it.
that's not natural. Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course when a cow has her baby, do you think that she gets to keep her baby?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They take it. and they
Because
separate
that
it.
milk, we want to make money off that milk, right?
Wow.
So
They take all the milk.
yeah, they take the baby away, they steal the milk.
Yeah.
That's messed up too, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So do you guys think that we have any biological need, like nutritionally speaking, to consume those products to be healthy?
I don't think
so. I don't
but
think
it
so.
has some benefits. You know?
Vitamin D, the
Yeah,
calcium.
for the bones and the calcium.
But there is
and that.
also, I think, the
Even though there's other ways to get
other
those
sources
benefits.
for
but
vitamin
it's-
D. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the easiest way. I think so.
For
So
the calcium, for the
yeah,
vitamin
you might
D.
be interested to know, they push this thing about calcium being for strong bones, but the countries with the highest rates of milk consumption are actually the countries with the highest rates of osteoporosis. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's causality there, but there are some theories about how it might actually acidify your blood and cause your body to actually leach calcium out of your bones to buffer it, kind of like an antacid.
Oh, I didn't
Blood.
know that.
Yeah, so there's theories about that, but I want to kind of focus back on the ethical part because I think that's really the thing. Like, if we have alternatives, we can eat like leafy greens and tofu and other things for calcium. Do you guys think that if you pay for milk products, that you're doing
You're
something?
supporting
You're
the
supporting.
Support, yeah.
And not only are you supporting it, but you're responsible
Responsible.
for it continuing.
Or sponsor it by
Yeah.
indirect way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, do you guys think that you'd be willing to not buy those products if you think that it's like
Yeah.
messed up?
But the thing is, like the chocolate and all that, they're made of milk. If we have chocolates,
We have milk in
other
everything.
sources. Yeah, we have milk in everything. You know.
Yeah. So
These
there's
days,
chocolates.
in food, in
Yeah.
chocolates. in
It
everything.
can be frustrating, but
That's why it's
you
hard.
can find chocolates with like dark chocolate, for
yeah,
example.
but like 99%, like these here, chocolates, crepes, everything, even Nutella, all of them. Like they all have the
Milk.
what we grew up on. Yeah.
yeah.
If those industries changed, we also changed. You know, and also the products
it's sort of
without
the
the
customer.
the products without the milk are very expensive. Some of them. you know?
So Right. So
The organic,
let me start with
vegan
the kind of the
products.
supply and demand thing. So as those products like get bought, then people make more of them, right? It's similar. It's the same concept as like
Yeah.
the supply and demand for the milk. So and then another reason that those things, some of them might be more expensive, is because of subsidies. So U.S. government and governments of other countries basically help these animal abusing industries with tons of taxpayer money that lets them sell these things for really cheap. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have to change society first so that the governments actually listen. Because if we just if we call up all the senators, president, whatever, and they say, oh yeah, we'll stop subsidizing all this stuff, it's going to get expensive as fuck,
Yeah.
and people are going to get pissed, and they're going to try to bring the price down again. You saw what happened with, I don't know if you saw what happened with eggs in this country. The price went
Yeah,
up, and the
yes.
president was like, oh yeah, I'm going to bring the price down, right?
Yeah.
So
it makes sense. Yes.
yeah, so the culture needs to change first before we
true.
can have systemic
Yeah,
change.
that's true. And the media, especially the social media, it's the children growing up. They watch the YouTube, all that. If you could make it
It's a
more
sponsored
international,
video,
sponsored
how the
videos
industry,
about
milk
those
industry,
what you said, all that.
how
That
the
will help.
animals suffer.
Yeah, there's so much money
Social
behind
media
it.
is
But
nowadays.
social media is also great because we're in the age of information, though. So we have a lot of information we can readily access.
Exactly.
I'm on YouTube right now. I don't know
Yeah.
how many people are watching, but there's people, seeing these conversations, and it's inspiring to them too. To have two gentlemen here answering, honestly with a good heart, and talking about what struggles there might be to adopt those products. So I think, every one person who says, yeah, this is fucked, I'm not going to pay for this to happen to animals anymore, helps make that change. And same with like the meat industry and
Exactly,
animal
yeah.
testing, circuses
That's
and
true.
zoos, bullfighting and rodeos, all that stuff. It's all just animal
Everything
abuse
starts
from
in the shade.
past.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Everything starts with the shade.
Yeah, everything starts with the group. Then
Yeah,
starts with
individuals.
the
So
individuals.
I know I told you guys only 5 minutes, so I'll let you guys go, but I just recommend this documentary. It's called Earthlings. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
And you guys said you're from Jerusalem. So
Yeah.
that's in Israel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's half Israel and half Palestine.
Okay.
So-
All right. Which part are you guys from?
We're
From the
we're
Israeli side. We have
we're
Israeli citizenship.
yeah.
Sorry?
We have citizen.
We're Arabs with the
Palestinian
citizenship.
originally.
Oh, amazing.
Ethnically, we're Palestinian.
Yeah. Okay. I see. By the way, you see all this stuff happening with, the Palestinian stuff as well. With what the Israeli government's doing, and it's a lot of vegans who I know. So I've been vegan for almost 13 years now. Are just appalled by what's happening, to the Palestinian people as well. So my heart is with those people. But also, as far as Israel goes, there's an activist named Gary Yourofsky. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he gave some speeches in Israel, and he has a speech that became very popular in Israel. So there's a lot of people who became vegan thanks to him in Israel too. So he has a speech on YouTube called "The Best Speech You'll Ever Hear." If you want to check that out, that's why I mentioned, when you said Jerusalem, I wasn't aware that it was in both kind of the Israel and Palestinian area. So that's interesting. I learned something new as well. But yeah, please check out Earthlings. On YouTube, you can search Earthlings documentary, and you can see kind of all the different ways that humans are using animals, and then hopefully, just get some awareness about it, and then seek, in your heart, the truth of, how you want to live, and see if you're okay to pay for it.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for
What's the
stopping
name
by.
of the channel?
My channel?
Yeah.
It's called Haz Vegan. So
Haz
my name is Haz. Yeah. Haz. And then vegan. One word. Haz Vegan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Nice to meet you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys. All right. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. Solid guys. All right. So I'm going to have to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for being here. Free Palestine. Free the animals as well. And don't be a bully. Be kind. Favor justice. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And tap the like button there too. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Take care. And leave a comment on the video itself too. All right. Bye for now, everyone. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys.